President Biden making the decision to drop out of the presidential race and endorsing Vice President Kamala Harris to take his place. Dr. Lee Hanna from Wright State University joins us live this morning to break down what this all means in the race for the White House. Lee, as always, we appreciate you stopping by. Let's talk about Kamala Harris first. Does she have this locked down, or are we going to see an open convention here in a couple of weeks?
Yes, so immediately after Biden made this announcement, which really surprised a lot of folks, at least the timing of it, many people rushed to endorse Harris. Some people that we would think would maybe have run themselves, like Josh Shapiro, Pete Buttigieg, the Clintons endorsed, Joe Biden endorsed. So at the moment, I would say that she is a heavy favorite to be the nominee. I think the only thing that could change that, as far as I understand, the delegates are not committed until they lock in that vote at their convention in a few weeks. I think the only things that could change that is if she just has a terrible rollout in the next few weeks, or if there is some blowback that at least some critical mass of voters think that this should be a more open, competitive process. But I think at the moment she looks to have a commanding position to be the nominee.
Okay, so most polling had showed that people didn't like Trump or Biden as an option. Now you have another choice. How does that change the dynamics of the race?
Yeah, you know, there have been these hypothetical head-to-head polls that have been asked. You know, they ask about Biden and Trump, and then they throw in other names. And of course, Harris is always mentioned. She outpolls Biden by 1 or 2 points, but it's not that significant. However, those are hypothetical, and I do think a lot of voters don't know much about her, and so my guess is they're kind of betting on. They know that there will be some undecideds that she'll turn off and some undecideds that she's going to have strong appeal to. And so I think we'll see kind of what the polls do now that she really is the candidate and she's out in front and the news coverage is all over her instead of Biden. And I think the other thing that might be interesting is perhaps it opens up different swing states. We've been talking about the blue wall being where Biden had to defend. That's Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. What you may see now is that they think one of those two or three states isn't as good of a shot for them as Arizona is, or Nevada, or Georgia. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not it changes kind of their strategy on the ground.
All right, before we go, Lee, tell me three vice president candidates we need to keep our eye on.
Mark Kelly, senator out of Arizona. Governor Roy Cooper out of North Carolina, who is term limited and ends his term in this year, and Steve Beshear, governor of Kentucky. Those would probably be my top three at the moment, just given what I've read and heard.
All right, Lee, I appreciate you as always. Certainly we'll be talking a lot more in the coming weeks about this very eventful election season. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks.